said. And like we were saying earlier, we are talking about the documentary that got everybody going crazy called What the Health. But like before we get into that, like we want to go in so deep right now because we've been telling y'all some of this stuff for like years.
Yes,
but we're gonna, you know what we gotta do? We gotta do it for the culture. So what we got up next for the culture, Jasmine?
Yes, today we are talking about a video that was posted, and it is regarding pads. The pads that we wear. You know, popular brands are using blue dye, you know, harmful chemicals, recycling trash, and putting and filling these pads. And I'll put the link in the conversation so y'all can see if you haven't seen. But this is crazy.
Yeah, so we're gonna break it down for you guys. Basically, this guy on Facebook did a demonstration. He had, you know, our regular pads that most people use, the major brands, and then he had this other pad that he was promoting, and he was just breaking down all the chemicals that are in the pad, all of the materials used, and just how it could be highly detrimental to us women.
Right, and when she say highly detrimental to us women, it's causing things like ovarian cancer, it's causing things like fibroids, it's causing things like cervical cancer, it's causing things like miscarriages, it's causing things like tumors, it's causing rashes, it's causing UTIs, it's causing yeast infections. It's just all bad up in here.
This is pads and tampons.
Pads and tampons. And the thing is, having your period is already bad enough. Like that's my whole thing is I have to go through this every month, like 3 to 5 days for me.
7
Dang, I know.
7 days. Be like, nope. You thought I was going. Nope. We ain't left yet.
But it's like
6, 7, no 5 days.
But it's like, dang, we already have enough to worry about, and y'all knowingly putting these toxins into these pads and tampons. It's like we can't catch a break, leading to other things, like you said, these cancers, things, tumors, rashes, and we are just not with it. So did you put the link into
copy the link?
Well, we're gonna try to share it on our page so y'all can see it as well.
Maybe
but
I'll do that. I'll share it on my page.
We definitely have to do it for the culture because we have to let y'all know, like, this stuff is actually very harmful to us. Not only the foods that we eat, but the menstrual pads and tampons that we use are killing our people.
Right.
And
it's just so crazy, like, to think that these things we're using to aid us can literally be killing us in the long run. And I know it's so common long term that you often hear people say, oh, I have fibroids, or I have or you know someone with ovarian cancer, or it's just like cervical cancer for sure, that's super common. And it's like these things can be prevented, but when we're young, we're just taught, hey, go buy some pads to stop the bleeding, or go buy a tampon, and we're not taught like these things or like releasing these harmful toxins into our body that's in the long run ultimately making us more susceptible to these crazy ass diseases.
And the thing is, it's just, I know it's like not much we could do but come together and tell this information, but these things should, like cigarettes, should have warning signs like may lead to cancer, or blue dye leads to this, and made from recycled trash. It's just like, it shouldn't be us having to research so much that, but it's like we have to.
You just have to. And so
we shouldn't get to a point where our health is, you know, declining.
Right.
It's like, okay, now we're gonna do something about it. Like, why even do that in the first place? Like, your daughters, these people's family members have to wear this stuff, so why are they doing this to somebody else?
Right.
Why?
Right. Like you automatically think, oh, they sell this in stores, and this goes with food and other things like that. Oh, they sell this in stores to everybody.
Right.
They put it on the commercials and are branding it to us. Of course, you just automatically think it's okay, but then when you really do, like I was looking at my pad today, I watched the video today. I was like, this does have blue dye in it. Like I know this isn't really making it smell good. Like it's just a color that they're putting into it to create the illusion. The white is like bleached. It's just bleached to make it look clean when it's really not. It's just like,
it's a facade. It's like that beautiful cover, but then when you peel back the layer, it's like really this drastic thing that's not cute at all. So
So yeah, definitely
Definitely.
want to come to y'all with that.
Right, we just had to do that for the culture. If you have a mother, a sister, a cousin that you love, a daughter that you love, or if you yourself are a woman, you just want to take these precautions and then share this video so we can educate those women out there that don't know these things and just using these things blindly. Oh, and let's give them some alternatives.
Yeah, some alternatives.
So just like people are like, okay, you just told me that crazy stuff. So what do I do now? I'm just gonna walk around.
So the brand that he had on there was Cherish Pads, and he has a link to where you can buy them. And I shared it on Inspire Fire's Facebook
Shout
page,
out.
so it is there.
Right, and then there's also that thing, the
Diva Cup.
the Diva Cup, or called the Blossom Cup. It's like a silicone, and this would be good for those of you that wear tampons. If you're not into wearing tampons, I wouldn't recommend this. So I would recommend the pad, but if you're into tampons, it is definitely uncomfortable at first. But
Right.
like tampons were in the beginning, they were uncomfortable. You can always get used to something new. So
Yeah.
Diva Cup, or Blossom Cup, and what is it called again?
The
pad?
Cherish Pad.
And the Cherish Pad.
And also they have these things called, I've been wanting to try it. They have these panties called like Thinks panties. Have you seen that? That I know it seems.
That sounds weird.
It's basically like the panties for your menstrual cycle, and it's supposed to absorb it. And you can rewash it and rewash it. That way you save money on your pads. But like I haven't tried it yet, but I've seen other people
Just
review
because
it.
I know myself, and you know how much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. I might.
Right, let me know how that goes.
I might just take a L for y'all guys or a W and see how it goes and let y'all know if this actually works.
Right.
But I mean, it's better than getting so
with your
dang.
white pants. You had them on.
Like, I would never wear white pants without on my baby.
Okay, anything you have a skirt on and it's just,
Okay, I was
start dripping. Like, wait, what?
But there's
I
been
know,
reviews. There's been reviews. So
Right.
I'm just
Alrighty.
kidding.
So that was us doing it for the culture. Did y'all have anything y'all wanted to add on to that?
y'all, it's just like y'all gotta read everything. You gotta
Yes.
research
You have to be
everything.
careful what you put in and on your body.
Right. In and on your body. So
Yep.
important.
Deodorant, like deodorant, lips, like
Toothpaste.
toothpaste.
Yes.
Mm.
Ugh.
Dishwasher detergent. I mean, not dishwasher. Laundry detergent.
Cleaning
That's a whole-
supplies. Look.
Okay,
let's go
okay.
on.
The list goes on.
So
we'll
we
have to
gonna
create a
just
whole
go-
nother podcast
right.
for that. Today we're just going to talk about eating health and
Yes.
what you're supposed to put inside of your body and what you're not supposed to put inside your body. And I know a lot of you guys saw the documentary What the Health. So if you have any questions or comments you want to talk about or you want to hear us discuss from that documentary, just go ahead and drop it below. We're about to have a fun discussion.
Right. If you've seen the documentary, I want to thumbs down, baby. So let us know if you've seen it.
You want
I
a
just
thumbs
want to know, yeah, something to let us know you've seen it. Just
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Give us an emoji.
or
How you
say,
feel
"I've
about
seen
it? Yes.
Your
The thing
thoughts.
is, it made me think that meme that should have been the cover of What the Hell. That meme, I know y'all can't see it. That meme should have been like, what the hell, for the cover of the.
Y'all remember that meme like 2 years ago? The black girl that was with her hand near her head, and she was doing like the broke neck. Like, what the hell?
That's what it should have been like, cause that's how I was looking like.
No, the whole time it's just like, what?
Right.
Okay, so we up here sharing with y'all our experience, but we haven't even broken down to y'all what this documentary was talking about. So in the documentary, it pretty much starts off by just telling you everything we've been taught in our food industry has been either a myth, a lie, or it's been some sort of
Hidden. It's just like we used to been blindsided.
exactly.
But first, the first thing they talk about is just diabetes and the truth about diabetes. So we've been told that diabetes is caused by sugar. It's been caused by high carb diet, which we've learned in this documentary that is not. It is from meat. It's from an animal-based diet.
Right.
And they explain, the explanation was, when you eat animal products, they have fat in them. This fat cells get into your bloodstream and they cover your cells. This causes the sugar to not be able to get in your cells. They just bounce right off and they stay in the bloodstream, which causes diabetes.
I love the way you broke that down.
You just broke that down like an expert.
Like, what? I had to pause it after that. I was like, wait, what?
So myself, like your healthy eating self, might get diabetes. I'm like,
Oh, God, no, God forbid.
No, God forbid, God forbid.
Yeah, no,
but I could see somebody thinking that.
That's crazy though. We've been taught it's just strictly stay away from sugar, and then some even people that go their whole lives and they're like, I really don't feel like I eat that much sugar. Well, you hadn't. It's probably you ate a lot of hamburgers, and you ate a lot of mama's chitlins and pork grinds. All the good quote unquote bad things are just everyday life. We live in a society where fast food and just get everything quick and accessible. But long term, what does it cause?
It may cause diabetes.
All these, even just cardiovascular diseases. It's not
yeah,
just
for
diabetes,
sure.
but heart attack, stroke. These are
Which are the number one killers in America. If y'all didn't know that.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So okay, just to go into that, there are two main killers in America, and the two which are heart disease
Heart
and
disease is
cancer.
number one.
Yeah, heart disease is like number one, tops the chart. Not car accidents, not cigarette smoking, not like all these other things that you would think would be the number one killer. Like if you Google what's the number one killer in America right now, or if you just Google heart disease, you will find that it is the number one killer in America. And what causes it is the meats that we're eating, because they're the processed meats. I love how you just threw that in there, because it is
processed meats in food.
Mm-hmm.
Because what the documentary didn't really specify about, it was more geared towards like meat eaters and why this is bad. And I can understand why he didn't, throw in processed foods as well, because it would be like a 12-hour documentary. But also, it's not just the processed meats; it's processed foods in general, because people are putting chemicals into our food. But I'm gonna let you go back. We'll touch on that later.
Oh no, I was gonna interchange it anyway.
Oh,
I was gonna
okay.
intertie it, but definitely, like she was just saying, the processed foods in its entirety, and that goes for like not just only meat. And people are about to get really crazy, because I know after the documentary they was just like, I can't eat meat, but now you're telling me I can't eat all this other stuff I'm about to tell you too.
Right.
So like processed foods, things. I'm gonna just give you a few examples, because I'll be here all day if I listed all the processed foods. Stuff like the processed meats, like the lunch meats, the Lunchables. Even if you're talking about, okay, well I don't even eat meat, so like the Ritz crackers, the potato chips, the just any little snack foods, the Chips Ahoy's, all these things they've been chemically processed in order to be packaged and put on the shelves of our grocery stores. And so even tofu, those of you that are complete vegetarians and people think tofu is just like, I'm not eating meat, I'm turning over this new leaf and I want to be vegan now. Yes, tofu is vegan, but it is highly processed. It is like the epitome. It's like pretty much pork of vegetarian life. So it's that bad for you. Like, so
I didn't even know that. I just don't like it.
It's terrible, because it's soy. And if you're a woman, soy, if you're a male, if you're a male, soy releases a lot of estrogen in your body, and ultimately, over a period of time, because like we say, nothing happens overnight, but over a period of time, it can cause like erectile dysfunction. It can cause just a series, and even in women, it can cause fibroids. So you definitely want to eliminate your soy intake, and that's also linked to processed foods. So you want to hit a little bit more on, or add to processed foods?
Just disgusted, y'all. So processed meats. They named processed meats as a Category 1 carcinogen, which, to name a few other Category 1 carcinogens, we have tobacco, we have asbestos. Processed meat is in the same category as these things, and that just blew
Break
my
down
mind.
what a carcinogen is, basically.
It causes cancer.
Right.
That's
Cancer
pretty
causing.
it.
Yes, cancer causing organism.
Cancer
Yes.
causing.
organism. An organism that causes cancer. It's a
Yes.
direct link to cancer. So those of you that are judging people that smoking
Yes.
cigarettes, or those of you that are judging people
Like,
that's
eating that burger, like,
Right,
I
they
can't
are
believe this guy
straight up.
smoking by me, trying to give me cancer.
right, you pretty much it's the equivalent. Eating a burger is just like smoking a cigarette.
Right? No, they even compared it to, I want to say, they said 1 egg is compared to 5 cigarettes. Like your life expectancy, eating 1 egg is compared to like smoking 5 cigarettes.
And let's elaborate why eggs are quote unquote not healthy for you, because I was thinking, like, since I'm vegetarian, and a lot of vegetarians, they do have eggs in their diet because it's not technically a chicken, or you're not taking you're not eating meat, so
You
to
gotta
speak.
kill nobody for
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah.
But the reason why eggs are so Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there. They're so terrible. It's because an egg contains like, was it 5 to 10 times more cholesterol than actual meat itself, and it's because of the embryo, which is the yolk of the egg. It's used to power the fetus. So it's, imagine, you know how a woman, or a baby, so to speak, if when we're taking the food from our mother through the umbilical cord, we are using the energy. So the food that she eats is just a byproduct of what's fueling us. So you know how powerful stem cells are. So it's kind of the equivalent when you're thinking about eggs. It's just as powerful. So it's like used to fuel the baby's life without even to use to fuel the baby's life. Well, the chicken's life, the baby chick, the embryo, and it's converting that into energy so that it doesn't have to eat. So the yolk.
21 days. It said it can. A baby could run 21 days off of this.
21 days.
No
and,
outside
21.
And imagine if you eat eggs every day. When you go to McDonald's and you get that egg, chicken, biscuit, or egg
She
sausage.
ain't been to McDonald's that long. It's called the Mc.
I don't even know what
McMuffin,
whatever. Yeah, I'm like making up something. That's crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, when I heard that, I was so sad. I was like, dang, cause like I don't really be liking eggs like that, but sometimes I just be feeling like I need eggs.
Mm-hmm.
But like I really do avoid them for most of the time, but sometimes I be feeling like I want some eggs.
Same. Not no more.
Not no more. It's just
I went and threw every egg away that I had after I watched that documentary. Like,
it's almost just like so hard to believe.
It is.
Because they have been like considered healthy. Like even in the health community, they have been like considered healthy.
right. You
So-
eat your eggs, you get your protein,
Right.
especially those that are doing a lot of weight training. They're taught to drink egg yolks, and bodybuilders
I tried that.
they eat eggs, and like if you want to beef up or get protein quicker, you eat eggs. And so it's like, to think that eggs have that much negative effects to them, that's crazy. And it has so much cholesterol, like the cholesterol.
And the thing about cholesterol is our body makes enough
Enough
cholesterol.
cholesterol,
We don't
naturally.
even need to consume extra cholesterol. Our body makes it on its own.
Mhm.
So
And-
we don't even need this. We don't need animal products. We don't need eggs.
Right, and it's because we are animals technically, and we're mammals. We're in the mammal kingdom, so any animal and human beings, not necessarily saying we're animalistic, but we produce ourselves just as being humans. We produce cholesterol. The only thing that doesn't produce cholesterol is things like fruits, vegetables, because they're not animals. So that when you do transition to a plant-based diet, you're not taking in that excess cholesterol, and you won't find yourself in your mid-40s having high cholesterol. How many people in your family, like their
So
mothers
many.
and dads, have high cholesterol? Your grandparents have high cholesterol. It's because of the diets that we've been eating all our lives, and it just adds up over time, and then you find yourself being susceptible to that disease, which is high cholesterol, high blood pressure. All of that stuff intertwines.
And I think like America is one of the like largest countries that consume meat, and we're also like the people who die most from heart disease
Right.
and cancer. So it's like the correlation is there, but
Absolutely.
people don't know.
This is true. And it's funny that you say that because, you know, it broke down. So red meat, people know that, you know, red meat, we were told that red meat was the worst.
Right.
And so the next alternative was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna eat chicken. You know, we were told chicken is okay.
Right.
Right.
So in the documentary, he basically goes through the list. So he started off, you know, debunking all these things about red meat, and then the next thing he talked about was chicken. And, you know, he said our diet, we eat a lot of chicken.
Oh,
Most of the sodium, like our diets are high in sodium, and it's because of the chicken consumption in our diets. And it's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. This
So-
is what causes inflammation in our body. You know, they link this, you know, consumption of sodium and meat and animal products to dementia. You know, they think that we
Oh,
have,
yeah, and Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's, you
Mhm.
know, all these diseases that they thought were from other things was really linked to our diet.
Our
Right.
diet.
I have this question. Like maybe I wasn't watching that hard, but so is the sodium naturally in the chicken?
No, they're pumping. So whenever they're cleaning
Uh-huh.
the chickens, they're pumping it with salt water, basically.
Okay. Yeah, so I was talking to the girls earlier today, just like before, like an hour before we started. But I was asking them, like, would it be okay if we were the ones that were, like, farming our chickens and our cows and things of that nature? Would it be better because, the food industry not only, like, pumps in the hormones and feeding them bad things as well and putting pesticides, all that crazy stuff. And I was asking them if it would be okay if we are the ones tending to our own chickens on our soil, feeding them good things, maybe like plants. Right. And would it be okay then to consume and would it be having all those problems as well? Because I kind of feel like there has to be, like, I really do feel like it is okay to eat meat, not in the high quantities that we are doing right now, but if it was, like, done the right way.
Right.
But I don't know.
I think when you put it like that, I don't think that it would have as big a great as of effect as it has on us now. I think it's just because of the mass consumerism of our nation and how fast we're pumping the food industry is pumping out chickens and just meat in general. They are inducing a lot of hormones. So I guess if you didn't add the hormones into them and actually raise them correctly, they wouldn't. But you would need like a pure strand of chicken, or if you would have to breed it until the bad stuff came out of their genetic pool until it was actually clean, and then you made two clean animals together, and then I think it would be okay. But even then, it still would be a luxury item. We wouldn't need to consume it as much as we think we need to consume it. And actually, we're like programmed to consume it now as a society.
Yeah. It's definitely a luxury. I was watching, this actually came right on time because I was watching I keep wanting to call it Soul Food Sundays with Oprah. What is it? Soul Food Sundays with Oprah? I don't know.
Yes,
Soul Food Sundays at Oprah's house. But no, I was thinking, and this came right on time because our podcast was today. And there was this guy on there that wrote a book about mindful eating. And he is.
I keep seeing that book.
Really?
Like in Whole Foods? No, Sprouts.
In Sprouts. Oh, that's what's
Like
up.
they have like a little book section.
They do. They have some good stuff in there.
Yes.
But he was talking about, he has always considered going vegan or vegetarian, but he came up with the decision with himself to, eat meats as a luxury. And he eats mostly plant-based and fruits and stuff like that. But he was saying, like, back in ancient days that when they did eat meat, like cows and chickens and whatever meat it was, they would have like a ritual for saying thank you for your sacrifice, and they wouldn't even eat meat unless there was a priest around to like pray over it. Like the priest would actually be the butcher and pray like thank you for your sacrifice and like pray over it, and they treated it well, and then thank you for feeding us, because we have to think of, these animals aren't just like
they're souls.
They're souls. And that's another thing they're talking about, and that's what really made me stop eating meat altogether. Is because like it's a soulful connection as well. It's like, and even with like, okay, so think about this: if we're lined up right to the chopper, about to get slaughtered, and we see our friends getting slaughtered, feeling all that stress, and the cortisol equals stress, is releasing and pumping into our bloodstream, and then someone else eats it, they're eating that same hormone, they're eating that same stress. Absolutely. And whether you want to say it's like a spiritual thing or a scientific thing, that's being transferred into you somehow. So that's what really made me, with the way they were treating animals, it's like I don't want that in me at all.
Right, and that's so true, exactly what you said. You hit it on the money, and I love that you brought that up, because one of my spiritual classes or teachings that I go to, they really talked about that, how the energy, everything is energy, or is passed on. So if at your death time, if the last thing you're thinking about is anger or fear, ultimately that energy, once it's killed, and it's put through the butcher until it was able to be processed to put inside of your local grocery stores, that same energy is still on it. That's why you're supposed to pray over your food, to ask God to bless the food, purify the food, and let it be a nourishment to my body in all ways, not just physically, but even mentally, spiritually, and on a whole nother level. And so, because you are intaking those negative energy in that, and if you think about it, our society as a whole is so angry, it's so fearful, it's have all these carried on emotions that we don't even address or think about it, and a lot of that do come from the food.
What you're consuming, putting inside your body constantly. And I think it's like, I really believe that eating, like the way we're eating, the consumption is what's leading a lot of the diseases or mental problems that we have. But
yes, right. Ultimately, mental problems, because that's so true. Oh my gosh. So, and then like how you were saying with the Alzheimer's disease, both of you guys were saying, they were saying that's actually linked to cows.
Yeah, the
Because
mad cow disease.
The mad cow disease, because it's the same exact symptoms. They lose their memory, they lose their mind, and you have to put them down. You have to shoot them because they are no longer aware. And I'm not saying we need to go shoot people that have Alzheimer's, but mainly those people get placed in nursing homes because they can't fend for themselves anymore.
And then the doctors aren't really, researching and trying to figure out, is it really mad cow disease? They're just giving them the medicine and like, all right, next.
Exactly, because
next.
it's a way to make more money. If you're sick, my pocketbook still stays full.
And that's the thing. I don't know if it was in the documentary or if I heard it somewhere else, but even doctors, when they're getting their doctorate degree, they only have like a real minimum of nutrition.
Oh yeah, that was in What the Health.
And they have a minimum of what they're taught about nutrition, and nutrition is basically what really is what keeping us alive, and what can really fight different diseases or prevent them. Because everybody heard that saying, "Let thy food be thy medicine," and that's real. Like God really did put everything on this earth for us to heal us. Like our bodies are already self-healing, and our food that's planted in the soil for us is self-healing as well. It's just like so many things. So it's like, I feel like God already made the world perfect, but we just be messing it up. Like we just be effing it up, people. But greedy people.
It's the greed. It's definitely the greed. But
It is.
But it's like crazy that like people who are supposed to heal us, doctors, only getting like, that's why they really can't tell us unless they're doing the research
they're
for
outside
themselves.
research. That's true.
Because didn't they weren't they trying to opt for more nutrition in the doctorate program, and then the Congress?
Somebody that was over that was like, that's gonna
Shut
take
it
out
down.
too much time. Of they could be on the floor curing patients instead of in here taking classes on nutrition.
Right.
So if you want, most people be like, well, my doctor didn't even tell me to take a probiotic. It's probably because your doctor don't know well, they not necessarily know what they are, but just don't know the health benefits of how it can truly help you.
Right.
So sometimes you can't be mad at your doctor because they didn't tell you these things. It's just sometimes they just genuinely don't know. All they know is like, I need to prescribe this person this type of medicine because it combats this. I need to know how to do. They know the logics, like A plus B equals C.
Right.
They don't
They're
know.
just doing what they're told.
Yeah.
They're just doing what they're told. So it's like up to us and people like you to go outside and spread that information, because it's like we're like the only avenue for each other, the people, the true people.
And that's another element of the documentary that was brought up about, civil rights, because you had number one in DuPine, North Carolina. This is where most of
The swine.
the swine farms are, and just the treatment there. Going back to what you mentioned, the treatment there. A woman who lives here, said that everyone had asthma, all these different cancers.
Young people with cancer.
Like people dying from these diseases. Everybody in the county has asthma, cancer. And it's because of the pollutants that are going in the air, the dioxins that are, and the animals are just consuming it, and then it just goes up the food chain. We're eating the animals have these carcinogens, and we're just intaking them and feeding it to our unborn children, us as women.
Right. Like we're like when they eat, it's like going straight to them.
Yes, these nutrients are basically going straight to them.
Straight to them.
But that's not the point where I was going with that.
I'm sorry.
But civil rights, yes. So these people are living in this community with these swine, with these pigs, and they have no choice. These things are just going into the air, and it's sad.
And it's it's ultimately killing them. And it's like, and this wouldn't be in no high income area, white people. But it's like the fact that they don't care, and they know So it's like, I'm gonna do it here for this specific reason, because don't nobody care about these pro-black people. It's like, that's what people are really saying, and that's what you see even around Houston, like chemical factories. They do the same thing. It's in impoverished areas because they don't like it's right there where the kids are playing, polluting the air, and no one seems to care.
Right, it's really sad. It's so sad.
But the thing that killed me about the pig thing was when the sick dead pigs.
Oh yeah.
The sick dead pigs were dead. They put them out, they grind them up, and then feed them back to the healthy pigs. And then they're eating that feed. Then the pigs are getting chopped up, and we're eating the dead, sick pigs.
Sick pigs. Oh, that's just crazy, though. And that's literally where a lot of our health issues are coming from. Like, that's like the core. All these sicknesses that we're getting on an annual basis, like every year around this time, you get this sickness or this illness, and our immune systems are just getting so weak because of this. And when these pigs, another thing, when they showed how on the documentary how when some meats are sent to the butcher and they have like these nasty bacteria infections that's formed on them, all the butcher do is just chop that part off, that the infected looking part off. The whole thing is already contaminated, but they're just gonna chop up that one part that looks infected so you don't see the infection that's going on there. So, but you're still consuming it once you eat it. And what do we do? We're just eating sickness. It's not our medicine, and that's.
That really was gross. The pus that they showed coming out the pigs, I was just like,
gross.
But just think it's just like these animals are living in such more than hellish conditions, because they are literally laying by their brother dead and just like clogged together, and this infection is spreading everywhere. Then they're killing it and then feeding it to us, our children. And it's like, it's so hard for it to go through our head. Like, we're health educators, and it's hard to go through our head. Think about the people who are over here eating junk food constantly and feeding them their children that it's like you almost don't even want to think it's true.
Right.
But it's just like, it's true.
It is so hard to believe, because everything we've been taught. It's just this documentary goes against everything that we once believed. And another thing in the documentary they talked about was these industries. They talked about the food industry, the meat industry, the dairy industry, and then they talked about the pharmaceutical industries. And the biggest shocker to me was these three industries are funding programs like AHA, which is the American Heart Association, Susan G. Komen, American Cancer Association, and the American Diabetes Association.
Right, so these go.
No. And then just quick, the analogy that they used for this, just to break it down, they were saying that's just like your cigarette company funding the respiratory, something like that.
The lung cancer.
Yeah, lung cancer industry. Yeah. Like, it just combats one another. It doesn't even make sense. It's just,
right. And they were saying, like, on the cancer, or either the diabetes one or the cancer company doing the
recipe.
The recipe.
That's what I was about to address.
Yeah, the cancers.
Yes.
It was all of them.
Yeah, all of them.
All of them.
Diabetes,
if you go to their
cancer.
websites, they are putting out information telling you to eat a certain diet that
can give you cancer.
Yeah.
So, that's crazy though.
Or your chances are a recurrent cancer.
Yes.
Yeah, recurrent cancer. And it was just like, he pretty much said it was the Yoplait yogurt, and they even have the breast cancer one.
Definitely
so a lot of women that were coming back from breast cancer, a lot of these breast cancer centers refer them, like, give you a dietary plan, and these are the listed foods that are suggested to eat by your doctor. And everybody follows the doctor's orders. So who's gonna rebel that? So if your doctor tells you, like, here's some of the things you should eat after you get this surgery or after you've overcame this illness. So those that have breast cancer, I'm gonna just use this one for an example, because he was saying, so he went there and he's like, he talks to the Yoplait Association, the dairy, pretty much the Yoplait yogurt, and he was saying, why is it that, he called the breast cancer industry,
Susan G. Komen.
So yes, Susan G. Komen, their headquarters, and he was just like, why is it listed that the Yoplait yogurt on your industry is recommended to your patients after recovering from cancer? And he was like, it shows, he pulled up the statistics, that 49, so practically 50% of people that eat this yogurt are more likely to have reoccurring breast cancer. So it causes them to have cancer. So it's just
odd that these companies who are made to prevent, certain diseases, are promoting information that's causing these diseases.
And it just really made me think like, okay, so are these foundations really for the people, or they just make these non-profits just here to make money? Like, I don't care if the research is going to find a cure for cancer. It probably is already a cure for cancer, but how can we prevent it or stop it from happening again? Like they said, dairy products increase risk of prostate cancer by 34%. Like you said, the 49% of it, you dying from cancer if you had breast cancer already. 49% increase of you dying from breast cancer by eating dairy.
But then they sit there and suggest you to eat that. Yes, it's recommended. Like, that's why the thing needs to be that. Like, what the hell?
It just really makes me mad because these people are really getting rich.
And people are really losing their mothers, losing their aunts, losing their sisters. Like, people are losing their lives over this. And it's like, if they knew this knowledge, this could all be prevented.
And
That's
it's
the thing.
there.
It could be prevented. And that's what makes me so mad is the fact that, people don't want to do health promotion and disease prevention. They want us to have these diseases, and they want us to just live longer with them.
Yes.
And that's the thing that hurts me. It's just like, no.
And they want you to buy medication for you to live longer on them. Like,
no.
Right. It's just like, take these pills. How long am I going to have to take these pills? Until
for the rest of your life.
For the rest of your life.
But you won't.
But you're not going to die if you take these pills.
Right,
So it's pretty much like a drug dealer. It's like, I'm going to get you hooked on my supply, and you got to keep coming back to me for more.
Right. It's like, I'm trying to, like, people are trying to show you, like, how to get rid of cancer completely or prevent cancer, while these people are like, here, just take this and you'll never get cancer again, but you have to live a horrible life. Like, I hate it. I just don't understand it.
It just makes you not know who to trust.
Right.
You really can't trust the images that we see, the commercials, the information that we read. You have to really be careful of who's posting this information and knowing.
Like, who are they really backed by?
Yeah. Yes.
Who's backing this?
Yes.
Right. That's why knowledge is power, and they want to keep the masses illiterate and unable to read and unable to research their own information. Because if you're able to research your own information, so that's what it really ultimately boils down to. It don't necessarily boil down to you depending on, not saying don't go to the doctor, because some cases you do need your doctor.
You do.
You actually do. Like, so go to your doctor, get your checkups, follow their orders, but be intelligent enough to know when only you can understand how you feel. Only you. And so you have to be intelligent enough to let me just wrap this up, because I feel like Kobe about to drop some
I
gem
know,
over
like,
here.
I'm trying to hear.
Like, actually, just go. I'll just come back later. What you about to
No,
say?
I can't remember what you said, but something just clicked in me to.
They want to keep us illiterate and not researching for ourselves.
So these companies, these big industries, want us to be in the dark. They want us to keep us confused. With this information. Oh, milk is not bad for you. Milk is bad for you. Which one is it?
Right. So I'm gonna just drink it anyway. Since I gotta die. I'm gonna die anyway.
What it is, and in the documentary they talked about the USDA, which is a federally funded program, who's supposed to, their mission is to protect us, the people, the consumers, and it's supposed to protect the producers of this company.
It's
right?
supposed to protect the producers too, like.
So it's supposed to protect the people from not getting sick, prevent us from, diseases, and it's supposed to protect the company from being sued.
I saw that.
I saw that too. And they call us blacked out.
Yes. So these companies, these producers have found a way to get around.
Away with killing people.
Yes.
No, really, that's what they do.
This is true. So they're winning right now because they are providing these companies with the information, which they're feeding to us. They're giving us this information, and it's basically coming from these producers. So it's not true. They feeding us what they want us to, and we're just going right along with it. And they called it the common sense law.
Like, you're just supposed to know that milk is bad for you when you've been advertising that it builds strong bones.
You're not supposed to know that fried chicken is unhealthy for you.
Right.
Like, that's common sense. Why don't you know that?
Why don't you know that?
And so that's why it's so important us to educate our family, especially if you have children, to educate your children, just spread as much knowledge on everybody so that they can have this common sense that we're supposed to know. Like,
because they're basically checking off on these programs, you know, and providing us with these pretty little images, you know, to our children.
People all
our
healthy
kids,
running and stuff,
right? They
drinking
have
milk,
the
like,
McDonald's,
got
yeah,
milk.
commercials, singing, you know,
singing
making
rap
it
songs and
fun.
stuff at McDonald's, like,
You know, just
I'm loving it. All catchy and shit.
This is catchy stuff, and we're like,
I'm sorry,
laughing, but
man.
it's so serious. It is
So
it's
serious.
and going with that, so that these industries, they invest trillions, okay, probably billions, but I want to say trillions because
that sounds right. I don't care.
But no, seriously, they invest billions of multi-million dollars on advertisements because advertisements are a key. It's used as a tool to program your mind. So by the age of, I think it was like 5, your child would have already have seen over, it was like 60-something million ads on why they should go to why should they eat a hamburger, not let alone just McDonald's hamburger, but just eating a hamburger in general. You want to go to get it from Wendy's, Sonic, McDonald's, you just eat a hamburger. So they already programmed, like, when I get hungry, what I'm gonna eat? A hamburger. So these ads, nothing is happening by coincidence. They're putting, especially on the children networks, on their commercials, they was like, you have to program them while they're young. Yes, they're targeting them while they're young in their youthful age. So then by the time you get 30, it's no going back for you. Like, and that's why a lot of people, they know this information, but they just like, I can't give up no meat. I'm eating meat till the day I die. Like it just seems.
Wait, were you Nene?
I just had like I was waving the burger, but my arm was too long, so you couldn't see I'm eating meat today
with the burger. Oh my God.
You really be eating like that? It'd be awesome.
Do, but no,
You be so pumped.
Yes, y'all. In this
I need to
documentary,
know.
they talked about addictions. You know, you just made me think about that and how this, you know, is programmed and how this stuff can be addictive, like cheese. Cheese,
Oh my
real
God.
life, y'all.
I know why. It's delicious,
I
but
love cheese, and there's so many people that I know who, you know, it's the same way. They love cheese. They put cheese on their eggs. We put cheese on our grits. We even put cheese
on our vegetables.
Yeah, broccoli and cheese,
cheese.
casserole, broccoli and cheese.
then-
You know,
and they be
cheese.
so happy, like, oh yeah, of course we got vegetables. We got the broccoli and cheese over here, like
cheesy pizza. You know, you see all these Pizza
I
Hut
don't know
with
if I do a pizza
the
like
crust cheese. You know, the cheese just layers and layers of cheese. These burgers with, you know, nothing but cheese. And it came back that, you know, it's the casing.
oh yeah.
Casing in the cheese. It goes into your body, makes amino acids that make something else, and it goes to your brain, which is, it hits the same receptor that basically heroin hits. And it's not as intense as heroin. But
nevertheless,
that's why you want more and more and more.
you
and more
become
and more
addicted.
And more
And
more.
and so what you don't, nobody just eats cheese by itself. You're gonna get a cheeseburger, you're gonna get a cheese pizza, well, a pizza with cheese on
Like,
top.
like extra cheese.
Right.
Extra.
And
Yeah, like can you put a little, like why you need to send you with the cheese, like
right. This is not funny, but like if you think about
I'm
it,
just thinking about my mind.
no, I'm thinking about myself too.
I know,
Yeah, like why should I put those?
just at my pizza?
Right, I
Like,
didn't
I'm
put
gonna
that.
put some more cheese,
Like-
and it's disturbing.
It's
It is.
disturbing, but dang, I don't.
but it's like the equivalent when you think about cheese, and you're like, okay, well, I'm not eating meat, but cheese
Right,
comes
that's
from
my always-
it comes from a cow.
it is. Isn't it like old milk? Like it's nasty.
It is. It's like
Oh,
pasteurized.
They said it's coagulated cow pus, basically.
Oh, it don't sound so
That's
good.
what I know. That's what
Like,
I know. That's what thinking. I'm gonna start thinking about it like that.
Like, let's go give me some cow puss.
Yeah.
Next time you want to eat some cheese or
Right.
ice cream, let me go whip up me some cow puss.
That don't sound so
That
good.
sounds gross, actually. I just want to.
They should stop label. Don't say cheese. Say, would you like some extra cow pus on your on your pizza, please? I want like that's what I want to hear. I'm like, nah, I'm good, thank you.
Oh my gosh. But it's like the equivalent of eating a steak. So next time, and then they even said that with milk. It was like on one of these documentaries that was very, very similar to What the Health. It was just like next time you're feeding your child cookies and milk before you go to bed, just imagine you feeding them cookies and steak. I was like, oh,
Sorry.
that's gross. That's gross. It has the same health negative side effects as you eating the red meat. That's all it is.
I just want to go back to kids because y'all keep talking about kids and we're feeding our kids. But I just really think it's unfair. And I'm sorry, Jeremy and Reese, y'all are great parents. But it's just like we kind of push meat on our kids. We don't give them the decision to ask, do you want to eat? Like, I'm sorry. Like sometimes,
Eat
like
your meat, you better eat that.
right, you need to eat your meat. Like you better finish your hamburger. We don't really give them the option to know. Like, do you want to eat a dead animal? Because I like, do you know where low key like?
She that auntie. You better not leave your nephew.
Do you know where that cow came, you know where that burger came from? Like, do you know where that piece of meat? You know,
No, but it's funny that you said, because in the documentary, that's how they referred to it. They kept referring to meat as dead,
It's
dead
a carcass,
animal.
dead carcass.
A dead animal.
Yeah,
Dead
that's
bodies.
what it is. And like, I don't think it's fair for us as adults to make a decision for our kids, like on whether they should eat meat or not, because they should make that decision for themselves growing up. And with us being those educators for our kids, letting them know where this comes from. These are the side effects. Whether you want to eat this or not, it's up to you. But this is the true reality of what
Right.
affects your body. And I know it's like parents just do it because they don't know, but like,
But if you do know.
but if you do know, give them the option to like.
Right, just
Keep-
don't get
yeah.
them hooked on a drug, aka the food, because food is definitely a drug, because it's not curing us right now. It's actually doing the opposite. So don't get your child hooked on some food without giving them. That's why it's the education. That's so important. You have to teach them what and why you're actually eating this. Like, what nutrients is it serving? How is this helping your body? Is it helping your
Right,
body,
is
or
it helping your body?
is it healing your body, or is it killing your body? Like, that's the true thing you need to.
Can you say that just one more time, one more again?
Like, seriously, before you take a bite, before you even about to pull up in the drive-thru or whatever, before you open your food, like, literally ask yourself, is this about to heal your body, or is it going to kill your body? Like, in the long run. And that's just, it's the harsh reality. And especially if we've been living with these habits for so long, and it's just like, it's a huge slap in the face to everything you've been taught. And it's just like, but let's just be thankful that we know this now and not 10 years from now.
Right.
Let's just be thankful that we can even just act on this right now, because so many people are dying from this. And it doesn't even matter if you black, white, Puerto Rican, Chinese, one thing you think. But no, seriously, it doesn't matter what race you are, because all races are being affected by this. Like,
Yeah.
seriously. And it's just sad that we don't have choices because we just don't know. And it's just so important to know. It's so important to know.
It's just so important to know. And I don't know. I just we're addicted already. Like, people are addicted so much, so it's hard to think like, how could we overcome this as like a country, as a people? But it's just like spreading the word and actually doing what you can to be healthy, because like. Even what they serve in school is not good for our kids, but
We had
that's the
Chick-fil-A
only.
sandwiches. We used to couldn't wait till it was Chick-fil-A
Yeah,
day.
French fries every single day, pizza every single. These are options they serve every single day.
Nachos every single day.
Nachos every single day, and it's like, oh, excuse me, Mr. Principal, where's the organic broccoli at, and where's like,
Smoothies.
where's the smoothies at? Which this could happen, but it's gonna take a lot of work.
It's gonna take a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I know when I first watched
Johnson need to
this.
hurry up and start that damn school.
What?
I said Umar Johnson need to hurry up and start that school so my
Let
kids
us
can
be
go
some
there.
Educators, there.
Right.
Put this firefighter program in, they're gonna do that.
Go
Yes,
ahead.
if y'all want, but if y'all for real, if y'all know some schools or you want us to go talk anywhere, we will tell all the kids about, in a fun way,
Fun,
about how
interactive
to
way.
live a healthy lifestyle.
Right, we do have programs that we do implement into schools. So if you all out there know any schools that will have us, private schools, charter schools, public schools, we would definitely love to implement our services out there for you.
Yes.
To educate the babies.
Educate the babies and y'all.
And y'all.
Hook up a parent
Right.
meeting.
Right.
But yes.
But on all in all, I would like to say this. I know we're up here and we're really talking and quote unquote preaching to you this story, but we are not perfect ourselves. Like, we get hit with temptation daily, all the time. And it's not to say we're living this righteous journey and we don't ever eat cheese or we don't ever eat just processed foods. I mean, we try to keep that to a super minimum, but we eat that stuff, and we're human just like you are. But the goal is, until you can just absolutely cut that out your diet completely, eat as best as a quality of food within your power that you have right now.
Right.
Just eat it to the max. Like, even if that means you only eating 1-2 strawberries a day, eat those 1 or 2 strawberries until
Right.
you can eat a whole fruit basket a day. Like, but definitely start
do that.
somewhere. Start somewhere until you grow. It's all about growth. And now you're just being hit with this knowledge, and some of you have already known this, and you need a little wake up call or a reminder or refresher. Get back on your horse.
It was me too. 'Cause
It
I
was me
definitely
three.
going in on cheese lately.
And you know, I used to think that, you know, oh, it's not gonna hurt me now. You know, I'm young still. You know, I have a few years to, you know, change my habits and get it together. But this documentary just killed all that, because as soon as you take a bite, y'all, this stuff is just going right into your bloodstream, and it's causing inflammation. Like, this stuff is real.
Right.
Right.
And that
The
inflammation.
effects are happening instantly.
Instantly. How many people always complain like, "Oh, I'm just getting old"?
No, you're not.
No, you're not. It's just you're not taking care of your body
Right.
properly.
Right.
Because if you look and see, what are you putting into your body? What are the foods? How are you nurturing your body? And then your body is gonna reflect back to you on how are you treating your body. So you're not getting old. You're just not taking care of yourself properly. Because I done seen some 79-year-olds over here run
Oh, yes.
7-mile,
yes.
17-mile marathons. Like, I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
Right? Even in the film, they had a 50-year-old who did Ironman, 5
I
Ironmans.
think that was 50.
Yes.
That was 50.
Yes, he did 5
Oh.
Ironmans in under a week on 5 different
Oh,
islands.
yes. That was crazy.
And if you don't know what an Ironman
I mean, that was
is, this
amazing.
means he is swimming. You swim. I forget the meters, but you know, you swim, bike, and run. And he did this on 5 different islands in under a week. You know, there's another lady, osteoporosis, couldn't walk, was using a walker, taking like 10 different pills.
Doctor
Yeah,
told her
that
she was
was
going to be
Went-
on them forever.
Yeah, on them forever.
2 weeks.
Plant-based diet for 2 weeks, off the medicine, walking on her own outside, you know, just living life. Another woman couldn't breathe, you know, had to sleep with a pump, you know, sick. 2 weeks of plant-based diet changed everything.
So is your food
Everything.
healing you, or is your food killing you?
Everything.
That should be the title of this podcast. But
For real.
I just want to say, like, ask you guys, what is like one good tip that you could give to the audience? You know, make this like journey a little bit easier, because I know it's a lot of information. Y'all talking about, dang, I gotta give them my fried chicken. Like,
I would say to start by setting a goal. Even if you think that goal is impossible or you're never going to achieve it. Because I think I remember I was telling y'all, for me, when I was like, it was 2007 and I wrote on my goal back when I was eating all kinds of everything. I was eating hamburgers. We was calling Sonic our kitchen.
That was our kitchen.
Like, we would go to Sonic every day, get the slushy, and
After
get the
we
chicken
worked
tender.
out.
Right. As soon as we left the gym, we would
Like,
go
oh,
and eat fast foods and processed foods. Like, it was terrible. And so, but even then, I still wrote down my goal. I wrote a whole list of goals, like different things I wanted to achieve in my life. And on that goal sheet, I put, I want to be vegetarian. So, and I didn't even believe that was ever going to be possible. Like, I just wrote it down because I wanted to do it, even though I wasn't acting on it. So I say, just start with setting a goal for yourself. Even if that goal seems impossible and it seems far-fetched, and you'll be surprised when you look back one day and you'll find that goal has manifested into a physical reality.
definitely.
That's mine. It's not direct as you probably want it. Like, okay.
That's good though.
Yeah,
That's
it
totally
is.
good.
But yeah,
For
so-
me, I have to trick my mind a little bit. So am going to tell myself, you know, it's not that I can't have these things anymore, but I'm just going to increase, you know, eat more vegetables, eating more fruits, eating more good things for me versus, you know, like I can't have this, can't have that, can't have this,
Right,
you know, I'm
right.
cutting out this. You know, I'm going to think about, not focus on what I can't have, but focus more on
What you can.
Yes, what I should be eating, what the good things, the benefits. So focusing on the good instead of the bad.
I like that.
And I think like I was just to say, like, after a lot of people watching this, what the hell, they're like, what can I eat now? Like, I can't eat anything. But the thing is, you can actually eat so much food. And my tip would be to shop in the produce aisle and shop in the frozen food aisle to get your vegetables and fruit and stuff like that. Because you can make tons of different meals from that as well. And just like you said, what can you eat to nourish your body? What can you make it fun?
Right.
And it's just, I mean, come on, smoothie in the morning, oatmeal in the morning, like stuff. Sweet potato stuff. Like yesterday, I had sweet potato stuff with barbecue jackfruit. Vegan, delicious. You can make nachos from being vegan. Like mushroom nachos. I make black bean nachos. I'm excited to get some. Like I just bought some red bean, spicy. So it's like
to make it fun, make it interesting. And it's funny that you said jackfruit because I didn't even know what the heck a jackfruit was.
Yeah.
Until you had the was it tacos like the jackfruit?
Yes, I did.
Tacos. I was like, what is?
Yeah, there's this.
We had that when we went to LA when we took y'all to that Indian.
Yes.
So you can explore different options and different foods. Try things that you've never tried before.
Right, and there's a lot of stuff you can remix, so you could just have fun with it. Like, how can I make these cookies vegan? I can replace the butter with applesauce. Like, there's so many things you could replace milk with almond milk.
Applesauce?
I don't know if it's butter, but I think it's butter. It's butter,
Or
eggs. It's eggs.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Bananas and applesauce.
So there's so many things.
There's so many things. And what I would say, since we do live in the information age, is type it on YouTube. It ain't nothing like what before you're about to cook or grocery shop. Like
YouTube.
Type in. I'm in the mood for some nachos. Like healthy. Make sure you write healthy. Don't just say vegan nachos because sometimes they'll give you some crazy stuff. So put like healthy vegan nachos. And sometimes even they'll still put some crazy stuff in there, but you can use your own discretion and say, okay, I'm gonna substitute this with this, substitute that with it. So, but definitely type in healthy recipes for nachos, healthy recipes for vegan hamburgers, healthy recipes, and just have fun with it. You can Google this stuff, YouTube this stuff, and Meetup. Also use meetup.com. There's a lot of vegan, vegetarian events that they have where you can discuss and like just bounce ideas, and they actually have food meetups where you can actually find out how to cook these things or eat foods, like, because people are like, I don't know where to even go to eat vegetarian. They'll give you vegetarian restaurants in your community so that you can go if you are on the move and don't have time to cook. So I definitely just say utilize all our resources that we have. Google is like everything to us right now because you can Google anything and find out everything.
Right. I just think, we teach this to our students. Just consume more whole foods. And these are things that you can get from the produce aisle and the frozen food aisle. Apple, sweet potato, asparagus, spinach, and you could make a meal off of those things. You could make french fries with sweet potato fries or rustic potatoes. You could make like a stuffed potato, like so much stuff you could do.
Right. And you want to do it in a healthy way. Like, it's just all important, like the kind of oils you're using, the kind of sugar you're using, the kind of, so like, just because it's just substituting your vegetable oil and your canola oil. Don't use those oils. Use like avocado oil, grapeseed oil,
100% virgin, cold press, olive oil, unrefined.
Like, you want to.
It's just a shame we have to say all this.
Right. I know, because people are really out here trying. They're doing their best. But sometimes y'all have to be, these companies, FDA labels are really, really tricky. They don't want to see us succeed. So like, you think you getting 100% extra virgin olive oil and you getting a blend. You are getting a blend of refined oils that could still do detriment to your body. So yeah, cause my mom really labels, trying. Yes, but sometimes the thing is, like, my mom, she like, like probably some of our moms have to read the reading glasses. Now, forget your reading glasses at home. You can't even read the ingredients on the back because they make it so small. It's just like,
It pisses me off.
It does.
Because my mom be like, wait, what you mean I got olive oil? I was like, oh no, mom, you got the pure olive oil. It's mixed with this canola oil. And it's like,
Right, and then that's another thing, how you just said you got the pure olive oil. And so you would think, since it says pure, it's healthy for you. But you still got to turn that ingredient list over. Bring your reading glasses when you go to the store, because they be trying to not be loyal out here. So bring your reading glasses,
Yeah,
get
they're
ready to
sneaky.
do some research, because just flip that over. And if you don't know what an ingredient is, everybody pretty much have a smartphone. So just type that thing in Google, just write what is the truth about hydrogenated oils, or if it has something like high fructose corn syrup in there, like type in what does health dangers of high fructose corn syrup, health dangers of hydrogenated oils, like, and just find out if it has MSG, monosodium glutamate, in your foods. Like, stay away from ingredients like that. And just starting, okay, we just wanted to tell you 5 ingredients to stay away from.
yes.
Stay away from oils that are hydrogenated oils. Stay away from sugars that have high fructose corn syrup in it. Stay away from foods or anything that you could buy in the store that have MSG in it, monosodium glutamate. Stay away from, what's some of those, guys?
You pretty much hit
Wait.
Okay, well, we don't need to give y'all 3 things.
Hydrogenated, partially hydrogenated. There's so many things.
Yeah, it's like little things, but just if you start there, your mind is just gonna open up to a whole new horizon, and you'll find people are just gonna start dropping this information in your life, and you wasn't even looking for it.
My thing is, just don't eat anything that you don't know the name of. Like like today, I was teaching one of our Inspire Fire classes, and I just grabbed. I just knew it was gonna be bad. I just grabbed a container of graham crackers, and I read to them. I read the ingredients to them. I was like, so who knows what these words mean? And they're like, oh, I don't know what that means. So I'm like, why are you eating it? So there is stuff like that says directly 100% coconut oil. It says directly
Orange juice.
orange juice. You know, it says these things. It says like for peanut butter. Like peanut butter, it could be a healthy thing or it could be a horrible thing if it's processed. Peanut butter should say peanut butter.
Right.
And
That's all it needs to be
peanuts.
when you
peanuts.
Right. So
Thank
when
you.
you turn your jar, so go in your pantry. If you have Peter Pan, especially,
Because
if you
that
have-
has the hydrogenated.
that has hydrogenated
Jiffy.
oils. If you have Jiffy, if you have all these major brands that we see advertised that are terrible for us because they got all these terrible ingredients in there that are ultimately causing cancer, so and heart disease.
Heart disease.
So
These are the number ones. Those are like the top 10 killers. Heart disease, cancers, diabetes, stroke. It all comes back to the same thing, and it could be usually be highly preventable. Oh, also, it said in the documentary that only 5% of cancer is caused by genes. So I don't even know why doctors be asking you if a cancer runs in your family. It might run in your family because your family's eating the same things. That's the tradition being passed on. It's the foods that you're eating. Only 5% of cancer comes from genes.
Yeah,
actually.
Right.
That's what we were told. That
Right.
it's from
It's
genes.
right. It's all a part of their little scheme. They want to make you think that it come from your family members instead of what your family. You're just cooking the same meal.
habits.
It's your
Yes, the
habits.
that you have the same habits that that's been passed down from generation to generation, all the way from slavery, that we've been taught to make the Kool-Aid, make the fried chicken,
Right.
make all these unhealthy
All these
things.
scraps. Yeah.
All these
Right.
scraps, slave scraps.
Right? You think they was feeding our ancestors the finest of the finest food?
I still get mad at mom and trying to be cooking chitlins in the dang house. Like, mom, this stinks so much. Why you want to eat something that stinks? I don't understand.
Right. So
Why you eating somebody's intestines?
do
First of
yourself
all.
justice and research for yourself.
Yeah, that's the big
Research for
thing.
yourself.
You have to do the research for yourself. And I do want to mention too that we were meant to be herbivores, guys. And I know it may be hard to believe because I know it was hard for me to believe. I was like, no, this is not true.
If there's a
No.
testimony, it's right here.
No.
Right. Like,
But it is so true. The way our teeth are designed, you know, you have carnivores that have these big canine, you know, they're meant to rip meat and to tear through skin. Our teeth aren't made like that. If you think about the biggest, you know, toughest animals. They show pictures of rhinos, elephants,
Gorillas.
gorillas. For my men who think they can't go without their
Like,
protein.
I need to get swole.
Yeah, no, you can do it.
Oh,
like
good.
these,
Y'all know Mike Tyson was vegan. Big as he is.
yes, these 3 animals. The thing that they have in common is that they're all herbivores. They eat
Plant-based.
plants, and
Ooh,
we
I'm
were
trying.
meant to eat fruit. The way our intestines are lined up. It's the same as these 3 animals that I just named.
Oh,
The
yeah.
rhinos, the elephants, all of these. We are designed to eat, a fruit-based, plant-based diet.
We are
Right.
designed.
We're designed. Right. And I mean, and it's crazy because we eat these meats, but we're covering them with plants. All the herbs, all our seasonings that, I mean, if we were meant to eat meat, we just need to go out there and bite a cow booty and just rip it off
Doing that.
with the fur on it and everything. Don't skin it. Just go out there and bite
Can you
it.
imagine doing that?
Like,
though?
with your
no,
Yeah, that's the
no.
thing. That's another thing the guy was saying on Soul Food Sunday. He was like, it should be a field trip for kids to go out and get a chicken and be the ones to kill it. And some people can do it. He's like, I was able to kill the chicken with my bare hands and not really feel any type of way. But most people wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, the thought makes you,
But we
sick.
over here
like
eating
taking a
healthy
life.
chicken.
Yes.
I'm not about to take nobody's life.
That got me too. He showed, a piece of fish going into like the
blender? Oh my
Oh,
god.
that was gross.
It's like doesn't
But
really
yeah,
have seconds, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like I think as people we block off things that we just don't want to know. Like that's why people are so defensive sometimes. Even if you're like in a bad relationship, you don't want to know that you're in a bad relationship.
Right.
But we're in a bad relationship with food, okay?
We are.
And so and we need to break up with it, okay? And get us a good, healthy diet.
Okay, Tiffany Malone. I see what you just did there. I see what you just did there.
But it's for real. And it's just like you don't want to move on, but you got to.
That's a great analogy. Good Lord knows. Those vegan cookies that really ain't healthy for me at all.
I'm about to make okay.
Right, just
We
because
can
you're
do this, though.
vegan,
We can
guys,
do this.
don't mean you're healthy. I'm gonna just put that out
because you
there.
can still be eating highly processed food.
Right, they find a way to try to get everybody on all levels because there's highly processed vegan foods out there.
Yes.
So definitely
Right.
the safest way to go is eating those whole foods like Tiffany was saying. And what is a whole food? Anything that you don't have to put through a process to make it. So like my mentor always say, you never saw a Cheeto grow out the ground. Like you ain't never gonna go and pick no Dorito off a tree. It just is not happening like that. They don't just grow out the ground. Anything that just grows out of God's earth, that's a whole food. So
Isn't that just magical though?
it's
Like,
already meant for you.
the fact that you could plant a seed and it grows out the ground for you to
Turns
eat,
into something to eat.
to nourish you, like
Oh, but even there, it get tricky with there because there's conventional fruits and
yeah.
vegetables, and then there's
okay,
organic.
we do have a blog about that. Maybe we should leave that in the
Yeah,
comments
we'll
too.
just drop the comment because people, but then they pump in pesticides, hormones, herbicides into some of the fruits and vegetables that causes
Yeah.
cancer. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying they don't want us to grow our own harvest gardens. Like I was thinking about this idea a long time ago, and I don't know, like y'all should steal it. Y'all should steal it if we all planted a tree, a fruit tree in our yard. Everybody, we all have those one
Like a
trees in our
different
head,
one.
different ones. We could all just be eating off of
Just
each other.
trading. And
Yeah, just
trading.
trading, going back to the.
Can we
good-
go back to
Let's
that?
barter with each other.
We wouldn't put horrible pesticides on there. We'd be sprinkling with love, praying over our tree, giving it good energy.
Exactly.
Like, let's get back to that. Everybody go out and buy a fruit tree.
Right,
and
make
share
sure it doesn't have any GMOs in it.
Yes.
Like, make sure you get the organic kind.
Yes.
But that's just crazy. They don't want us to see us succeed because it's like, okay, I'm drinking smoothies now, but then sometimes they're not organic and it's just doing probably not as much harm as meat, but it's still in some degree it's not giving you all the nutrients that you need. So we're gonna put the link and go to inspirefiredaily.com, and we do have a whole article that discusses what's the difference between eating organic fruits and vegetables versus just the regular conventional vegetables. And everybody like, of course I'm about to go with the regular when they keep them. Like, hands down, no brainer. But a strawberry is not just a strawberry. Red bell pepper is not just a red bell pepper. They're doing all this
to barely go vegan, and then I'm slowly trying to transition to organic. But I think overall, like, if I could give y'all a tip, and this is what my mom says, like, how this stuff ain't kill us already. But my mom was like, you just gotta pray. You gotta pray over your food
Right.
and
Speak
your
that
life.
positive energy. Speak life into your food.
Because with that, I mean, but like pray, but try to do as best as you can. Because you can't be praying over you knowing stuff is horrible, like praying over your Cheetos and stuff like that, your fried chicken. But pray, because you just never know what people are putting into your food.
Right, you never know.
Yeah.
In all aspects. You don't know if they putting anger in your food, sadness in your food. That's what they was saying back in the day. There's like, don't cook when you're mad because you're transferring that energy into your food. So like,
So maybe like, this is made with love.
Love.
I made this with love.
right. What's the secret ingredient? Right. It's love. So, and that's another form of prayer because God is love. So definitely put love into your food next time you cooking.
There's just so much stuff. I was so excited to teach those kids today because they really love the smoothie. I made them. They're like, "Dang, what you put in this? Like, what you put in?" Like, y'all just saw what I put in this. What do you mean? What you put in this? Like, you put your foot in this, Miss Tiffany. You put your foot in it. And I was like, you know what? I did my foot of love. But it's just like there's so much. There's just so much you could do with fruits and vegetables.
It's endless. It's infinite. Ooh, I know there's a lot of information to take in, so watch it about 12 times and share it like 30 times.
And let us know your thoughts.
Yeah,
Let us know your
please.
thoughts. I feel like we had got no comments. So maybe
Right.
y'all
I don't know if
just
it's showing us on the phone today.
It's not.
what's the name of the documentary?
Yeah, it's called
What the Health?
What the
What
hell?
the hell on Netflix.
It's
Yeah.
on Netflix.
Y'all had to
What
steal
the
somebody's
hell? It's a
Netflix
big
account
burger with
to
like,
get it.
yes.
Yeah.
I was like, I
Go
need to watch
Netflix
this.
and chill to this one.
Yes.
Yeah, Netflix and chill to this one. Order y'all a vegan something.
Right.
Go to Green Seed if y'all in Houston ordering.
Any more
Somebody,
questions?
Deidre said, "What the hell?" Because she's answering Kyle. Yes. All right. So no
Yeah.
questions this time. I mean,
Alright.
maybe y'all haven't seen it.
It's a really, really great
It's
documentary. It
Don't be
answers
scared
a
to
lot of
watch
questions.
It does.
Yeah.
So yeah, the biggest thing is don't be scared to watch it. Make it like a group thing. Watch it with somebody if you need to, and just like, let's check it out. Let's see what's on there. It's
'Cause
not as,
ignorance is not bliss, y'all.
It's not. It's death.
and it's not even as scary as we probably making it. It's just because we know so much about it. That's why I think it's very informative, and it just answers a lot of questions. All those questions that you had, like Kobe was saying.
Exactly. Like it hit everything because I literally was like, okay, red meat, okay, that's out. And then they started talking about chicken. I was like, dang, can't eat chicken? And then they started I was like, hey, what about fish? I was thinking this in my head. Then they started talking about fish, and the PCBs and the mercury and how, they're just even farm raised. So
Those are
my
the worst.
thing was, I was told that farm raised was, the better
Wow.
the better
We over here
fish.
like-
And they're in a controlled environment and they're just,
Being pumped
peeing and pooping, into the water, and they're just sitting in that and sinking that into their skins, and we're eating that.
Imagine a
So-
fish tank without no algae either, or you like never cleaning your fish tank ever. It's just in there. And
So
it's
their living conditions
I
aren't
didn't think about it like that.
ugh, it's
so,
just
yeah.
Yes.
right.
And
So,
then you're like, how can I get enough protein without
Plants.
my meat? And then they go in and break through how plants, you can have your grains. So you have brown rice and broccoli together. It's like a 2,000 calorie diet. They're like, is 80 grams of protein
More than
right there.
steak, right there.
Right there. From brown rice and broccoli.
right. So
complete
it's
proteins.
definitely doable, guys.
It's definitely doable, and
Just gotta do the damn thing. Don't be afraid. Start anywhere. Even if you just drink a glass of water every day when you wake up, just start somewhere, and then you'll find later
If you
down the
do
line.
Meatless Mondays,
Yeah, just
just start
start.
off. Because I think I saw somewhere where it's a statistic, if you did one day out of the week that was meatless, it could add, like a certain amount of years to your life. So just even if you just start with one day out of the week or one
Right.
meal
Right.
each day.
One meal. Because some people
You
think
know,
every meal you have to have meat.
Yes,
That's not
yes.
true.
Right. So just start somewhere.
And I just really recommend this. Y'all said grab a friend and watch it. I say if you grab your parents because
Yes,
they're the hard-headed ones.
yes.
I was like, Mama,
Please
come over
grab
here
your
and watch
parents.
this.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. That's a great tip.
because they really do control, you know, what the family eats, and it's like if you can get to the head of the household and get them, then you know that'll change everything.
But if you just start yourself, if you do feel like they're a heartache, look, my mom has changed a lot.
They have to see it to believe it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, what you eat over there? That smell good. Like,
Right.
Okay, now your almond milk gone. Like, oh, so y'all just gonna be drinking all my almond milk.
So y'all ate all my bananas for my smoothie.
Right. Where my banana? Okay. But you can't even be mad because they're eating healthy.
Right, you're just gonna be happy, like, yay, I knew y'all was gonna get out of
bed. Yes, exactly.
Yes, so I definitely think sometimes you're gonna get a lot of backlash. I know with me, from my journey, my family was like, oh, what you think you too good to eat these pork chops you done grew up on your whole life? You been eating chicken all your life and it ain't never done nothing to you. And so it's just like you may get some backlash. Like some people may even just talk down like you ain't gonna be able to really do that. You're gonna get that a lot from those that are close to you because they themselves don't believe that it's possible for them to be plant-based on a plant-based diet. So what you have to do is you have to fight through all the outside and like literally center yourself and tell yourself that this is what I'm gonna do, because no one has to live your life. Like you're the only one that's gonna suffer from the heart disease. You're the only one that's gonna suffer from high cholesterol. Just because that may be your sister or your brother, they're not gonna lay in the hospital bed with you. They can talk to you all day and night. Like you can't really do that. You're not really gonna do that. This not good for. I mean, you think you too good to eat the family food? I swear on every holiday, my grandmother tells my dad like, get your po daughter. She's so weird. Like I don't eat the turkey on Thanksgiving. I'm not gonna lie, that's hard.
Shoddy over here.
That's so hard. I don't eat the mac and cheese no more for Christmas. Like,
oh, you let go of the mac and cheese?
Let go of the mac. Well, some years I do, some years I don't. But this year I'm not doing it.
I don't think I'm doing it, y'all. I kind of want to have a vegan Thanksgiving, like a friend's vegan Thanksgiving.
Can we do that?
So I won't be so sad at the table. That dressing be
right,
so good.
Remember how we made our own greens and they was like better
my sweet potato pie, my vegan sweet potato pie.
Vegan sweet potato pies. I'm just saying it's doable, y'all. So you gonna get talked about. Like your family gonna be like, right. My friend was like, I'm sad for you. Like, what you gonna eat? Like,
but let me tell you this. Okay, so after our workout with Christ Over Culture on Saturday, me and my mom went to Green Sea, which is a vegan black-owned restaurant. And it's like I felt so good after I ate. I was nice and full, and I felt energized. Slide past to.
I love how you say that. Not with the itis.
Right. Slide past back to. Actually, what's that saying? No. The next day, I made a bad decision. I went to Luby's. I got all sides, and I got the mac and cheese, and I just felt horrible.
Got those comfort foods.
Yeah. I was like, why am I so tired? But I don't know what my point was. I think it's just like it just makes you feel better when you eat healthy. And
right, your cells in your body, it knows the nutrients that it needs, and it responds on what you put into it. So
that was the other thing. It was talking about plants. So plants have the ability to take the nitrogen from the air, and to incorporate it into amino acids and make protein. So really, when we're eating the protein from, meats, we're just eating recycled protein. So why not go straight to the source?
That's what it was. It did say that.
Plants.
That's true. Yes. So if the cow eats the grass, the reason why you think you're supposed to eat steak is because of the grass that the cow has eaten.
Yes.
Wow. So all the protein you need is in fruits, is in vegetables more so than fruit, not fruit.
Yes.
It's vegetables.
In the plants, yes.
It's in the plants. So
it's all here for us.
Yes,
it's all here.
And you can't think about what you're gonna lose because you're gaining more. Yes, we're gaining our health. We're gaining years to our life.
Absolutely.
And another thing you say, the only person suffering is yourself. But I was thinking, other people are suffering when you dead. They sad that you gone from eating this, from suffering from a heart attack.
Right.
People you are like being what's that thing?
A burden.
A burden to other people. They have to take care of you because you can't get out of bed. You can't wash yourself.
Right.
So you want to also think about that.
That's so true. I love that you said that.
Because that's a real suffering to lose someone you love just because they eat right.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think
we covered a lot. I know it was a lot, and I know that you're just because you were here and you heard this information, you're gonna start making better choices in your life. I truly believe that there's hope for everybody in this world to be the best version of themselves in all aspects of their life. And I love y'all. I love humanity. I love people, and I love health because everybody can do it, no matter how important.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, no, let's go
Question
ahead.
of the day, and I'm just making stuff off rip. So, what are y'all gonna start doing after y'all saw what the health? What is y'all's first step? Especially you, because I want to know, because she was eating real chicken. She eat real good, but
Yeah. And that's really what shocked me too, because they were saying, shoot, what is it? I had to write this stuff down because I was just like, are you serious?
got
Because I was
notes.
like, I'm
Like,
gonna
we
look
got
this
pages
up.
of
Because
notes.
I was just like, I'm gonna research this and look this up.
See, she did her research.
Heterocyclic amines are clear-cut carcinogens, which are found in any form of meat. Any meat has these carcinogens,
Oh my
right?
God.
And it doesn't matter how you cook it.
versus chicken.
It doesn't matter how you cook it. If you grill it, fry it, bake it, whatever, this carcinogen is in all meats, especially chicken.
And
And they went
carcinogen
to
is
different
cancer.
restaurants
Cancer causing
in the
hormone.
U.S. and they found this same theme in everything.
My mama just ate Frenchies, and I'm so mad at her.
Yes. But to answer your question, the first
I'm
thing I'm
sorry.
gonna do is I just want to raid my kitchen and go through everything and just throw out
That's the thing.
everything.
I think that's the first
and
good
just start
first step.
new, start fresh and just
Don't allow it in your house. Just don't allow it.
That's true.
Whew. Yes.
How about you, Tiff?
Ooh.
That was good.
Yeah.
But you gotta start somewhere. How about starting in your own home? Like, clean out all the bad and bring in the new and move forward in life.
Just to cleanse, just start fresh, just detox and just start new. I just want to start new.
I think what I'm gonna do.
It's
I think
beautiful.
I've been on a track of like I haven't been vegan, but I knew that milk and all that stuff wasn't really good for you. Think that I'm for sure gonna. I think I might be vegan. I think I'm gonna cut out. I'm gonna be vegan except for pizza. My
That's
pizza.
good.
Like I
Right.
think I'm gonna be vegan except for pizza. Like I don't feel like nothing else could slay me. So that's my step. I'm just gonna be.
Vegan
I'm
except for pizza.
I'm just gonna be cold turkey, guys. I'm almost vegan except for my pizza, and I don't know if I'm gonna cancel out my tuna from
What
Hot
about
Daddy.
the pizza? It's not. I guess
The cheese.
Yeah, the cheese.
But you don't have to put cheese on it.
It's nasty without
Like, yeah, put yummies with that cheese. Like even if it's just like a little sprinkle, but I need that cheese. Like that should be getting it together.
You know what? I'm about to find an
thought they have
alternative
a
to whip it.
substitute,
No,
yeah.
that vegan cheese.
Cheese,
is
that
gross.
diet is nasty. It is like cardboard.
Don't eat the cheese substitutes.
And I don't even
Those
know if I'm-
alternatives are gross.
I don't even got like the cashew cheese.
That's all nasty.
I'm just like, there's no replacing it.
You just need cheese. No, I'm joking.
I like pizza. No, y'all, one day I went out and I was trying to, I don't know what I was trying to do, but I got pizza without cheese. It was like, it was just bread and nothing was sticking to it. Like the vegetables was falling off. And I'm like,
Dang.
I was like, I'm gonna just
probably
do tomato sauce.
You could probably do tomato sauce and like a garlic. I'm a doctor on it. I'm
determined,
gonna
yeah,
make
it's
a good tasting.
Well, they gonna do
Vegan
it. I guess
pizza.
and get around some people who about your life,
Yes,
not gonna be like
absolutely.
looking at you crazy. Get some
Yes.
other vegan
like-minded.
people.
Right. If you're not strong in your walk of being healthy, you need to surround yourself with people that can help you. But I like that idea. Just be vegan. For me,
I just told this girl I wasn't vegan, but now I didn't tell her I'm vegan. She was like, "Are you vegan?" I'm trying to go vegan. I'm vegan. No, I'm not vegan. I just do kind of want to like. I guess like, sometimes I read documentaries and then it just transitioned me to the next step
Yeah.
because that's why I went from no red meat to just chicken to pescatarian to vegetarian, and now it's just like this thing. What the hell got me vegan
Like
except
that,
for my
yeah.
pizza?
except for my pizza. Yeah, that's the thing. I want to be vegan, but the thing that gets me is like desserts, like cakes and banana pudding,
And you don't be knowing if they got the egg in there or not, so you just don't read the ingredients.
right, like brownies.
Right.
And, oh my god, it's just like okay, but I'm gonna be strong and
I'm scared. Like I don't want to know.
I just want to be vegan. Like, to be honest, that's the next big step for me. Like, and I really want to eat more. I want to be healthy vegan, where I'm putting, or even if I'm vegetarian, I want to increase my like fruit and vegetable intake like way up there on 10, 20,000. Like, I don't want to go for like always eating vegan pizza, or I don't want to always
Right.
eat like vegan like fast foods. I want to actually
fun,
eat
good,
real
healthy.
nutritional, valuable substance in my body.
So good.
Right.
Because another thing that they mentioned was Americans' diet. We eat double the protein that we're supposed to and half the fiber that we need.
Oh, I
And
heard.
guess where we get the fiber from?
Fruit
y'all?
and vegetables.
Fruit and vegetables.
Bowel
And
movements
And we
only.
need the fiber more than we need the
protein.
We don't need, we don't need 58, 60 grams of protein, a day. Like,
We don't.
We don't. You can still get that booty.
yes.
You can still get it. Cause okay, never mind. I'm not gonna talk about
We
it.
don't need those levels. Like we just everything we've told. You just have to clean slate. You need that pen from Men in Black.
Like, I don't want to know.
I just wanna erase everything.
Just somebody flashing like, you are vegan, you eat only healthy
Yes.
foods, you love them. They're your favorite things to eat. Like, just somebody come flash me with the Men in Black pen right now.
Yes. So just incorporate more whole foods. Just try to be healthy at the end of the day, whether you're eating meat or not. Just be healthy.
Yes, and less toxic does not mean healthy.
It doesn't.
Healthy is healthy.
Healthy is healthy.
You're
Ain't no
right.
gray area.
It's not.
black,
It's no.
It's white.
It's wrong or right. Yes, no. Not no maybe. Not in between.
Right.
All right.
Well,
Finally, I feel like we try to end that podcast like 300 times. We get so dead.
Y'all can tell we're really passionate about this.
Yes,
this
I already know what my
topic.
affirmation is. Girl.
Yes.
Yes.
We're about to all have the same affirmations.
It's affirmation time. It's affirmation time.
It's affirmation time.
So, those of you that this is the first time tuning in to Inspired Prize Podcast and don't know what an affirmation is is any positive statement that you use to transform your life for the best. So we're going to use the I am affirmation. So anything you put after the word I am, you become. And a lot of y'all out there are like, I don't know how I'm about to be healthy. I don't know how I'm about to stop being vegan. You just start affirming that I am a vegan. I am living on a plant-based diet. I am being the healthiest you.
So you're gonna take all my affirmations.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to help the people out there. But seriously, guys, even in the Bible, it says, "Let the weak say I am strong." So even if you're feeling weak, don't say I'm feeling weak. Say I'm feeling strong. Already affirm that strength into your life. So even if you're feeling like this is impossible, you're not about to say I'm doubting myself. I don't think I can do that. Like a lot of y'all probably saying, I don't think I can do that. That's the first thing people say to themselves, like, I don't know if I can do that. Like already, even if you don't think you can do that, like say, I'm gonna do that one day. Like every day is gonna get better and better. Like tell yourself a believable affirmation so that one day you will ultimately do that very thing. So it's 3 of us and hundreds and 11 billions and millions of y'all out there. So let's go ahead and say our affirmations. Who wants to go first?
I'll go. I am a healthy and happy vegan. No, I need to say that better. I am a healthy and happy vegan.
There we go.
Yes.
Oh, I like that. That got a nice ring to it.
And I was just calling that to exist, and I'm not that right now, but
What
I'm
is
calling
the
it that.
affirmation that we say when we are the best example?
I was about to say that
Because I really want to be an example.
I was about to.
I do.
Oh, wait,
Not
an
like
example.
that, like
The
that.
best
I am the
example
best
for-
example of my greatest advice.
Yes,
That one.
I am the best example of my greatest advice.
Ooh, I love
That's a
that.
good one.
I'm gonna say I am the healthiest version of myself.
Ladies, that was phenomenal. And as y'all know, we were in our zone today because that's what brought us together in the first place. Living your healthiest life in all aspects, especially food. But especially mental health. And
Especially everything.
Especially everything.
Right.
So, yes, guys, make sure you follow us on our podcast, Soul Filling, on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, YouTube. We everywhere.
We all
And
these places.
we have an Instagram now called Soul Filling Podcast. Twitter now
on
called
Twitter,
Soul Filling.
please follow us. Tweet
Right, we're trying to
us.
get all these numbers up.
Yes.
New
I
pages.
know.
Come give us likes and
First,
love.
first of all, just spread the word. Tell somebody about our podcast. Shout out to the people who've been supporting us. Like,
Yes,
thank
right.
you for coming out.
Ooh,
And
love
share.
you.
Share and tell and yeah.
right? Because people won't know who we are unless you share it with the world. So word of mouth, guys, is the strongest form of getting anything out there.
Yeah, let's get it.
So thank you all so much for tuning in. We love you. Peace and blessings until next time.